Alrighty guys, here we are down at Golf Central tonight and we have the second installment of the brand new 2020 Taylormade gear. This is the Sim Max driver and that's the Sim Max D-type driver. Now, as you can see, Richo does flush it. He's going to hit 2 because he's hitting them so good. Now, he's got a 12 degree helium shafted D-type. This is a 9 degree Sim Max with a Ventus 6S. Now, I don't know this, but this is just a normal Ventus. I don't think it has Velocore, so it's not the fancy $500 shaft, but can't miss it. This is not the fancy $500 shaft, but I would imagine that there will be an upcharge for...
Sorry, mate.
I know.
Run and get the tea and didn't go anywhere.
Oh, it's in the crap. So, I'm talking about the shafts. So the shafts in the Sim Max, and again, you can get all these shafts in either one of these drivers, right? So depending on the fit. But the Ventus comes standard in the Max. The draw type is the helium, and the Diamana Black Limited comes in the normal Sim, yep. Right? With the sliding weight. So this doesn't have the sliding weight.
No.
Nor does that. So this is the Sim Max. Yep. That is a Sim Max D type or D.
Shaft adjustment.
Yeah, so you can adjust loft 2 degrees either way.
Yep.
Carbon top, same as the Sim. Carbon toe area, same as the Sim. Aerodynamic sole design. There's more carbon on this one, I think. Anyway, because there's no sliding weight on these ones,
yep.
The inertia generator, if they're still calling it that, the aerodynamic part of the golf club will have a heavier weight. Yeah. To get a little bit more. So there's a little bit higher MOI of these things. Mm. Now, if we look at the top, we've got a very thin leading edge in a chalk colour. So it's the chalk, which I think is great, and also a lighter carbon. So instead of being darker carbon or grey to black on the back, it's a nice lighter colour. And I know we're at night, so we can't quite see it properly, and you won't notice.
No, but you know what? It sits behind the ball, really nice.
It's impressive.
Mate, it is, and like I said, soft off the face.
It is soft off the face,
and it just wants to hold its line.
As you can see, like I think the 12 degrees is probably a little too much loft for you. The 10.5 would probably be better, and maybe the shaft's pretty good. But look, they got rid of hammerhead. Now I haven't spoken to Taylormade and said why is that.
This one is certainly you don't have to work to get in the air.
No, so I think the 10 one would be better for you, but it still has twist face, still injected twist face, so past the limit and back. Look, they don't have the hammerhead. Now, they had hammerhead technology in M3.4, and then they had it in 5.6.
Yep.
Now they don't have it. And look, I'm not saying it's bad, but they've sort of gone back to just the normal slot.
Yeah. Yep.
With the rubber in there. Now, I would like to know why that is. Certainly the heel section of the of where you adjust it is a little smaller. Don't you reckon that's a lot smaller than the previous ones?
Yeah.
So they're probably, there's a bit of weight going on here somewhere to be able to move somewhere else, but they pretty much just made it more aerodynamic. So the Sim is shape in motion.
Well, it is. Like I said, you look at that little slot there.
Yeah. I think it's more for aerodynamic. And again, this is what this vortex generator is, or the inertia generator is here to get it to stream, and it's on an angle too, so it's not dead straight back. Hopefully you can see in the close-ups, but it's not straight back here. It's sort of angled more this way. A little bit more like what Cobra and Ping have done with turbulators and angling turbulators and the way that the speed zone sort of stuff does on the Cobra stuff. So making it more aerodynamic, because they realised M6 was bloody good. They've just made these new 3 ones look the same as it, just made it better.
Yeah, and look, to me, it appears like they have.
Because I thought M6 was really good.
Even when we had the M6 here, it took me a couple of hits.
Yes.
Right? And then I got used to it and got into the swing. I have not... We had a couple of these, obviously, before we started filming.
Of course.
I have not sliced one.
Nope. Oh, no, you hit one. But you were aiming out the orange flag and you hit it just past the doobie over there, right?
So not a lot. Haven't topped one.
Just like that?
Like that.
Yeah.
So the first time we got the M6, the first one I topped. It took me a couple to get used to the whole thing, and then once I got the swing of it, bang, I hit. These, I put the ball there and gone bang.
Yes.
Dead
and
straight.
with all of them
And
just quietly. So
pretty well.
the normal
Yes.
sim, the sim max, and the sim draw.
I would.
Like what I would like.
One of these two is probably where I would go.
Well, I would almost even just go the sim max. Like that one definitely. Look, in testing, I've done some testing with the normal sim versus the G410.
Yep.
I did test that, but you'll see numbers with all these. This still spins really low. It's only a couple of hundred more than that. And again, that's all strike dependent.
Yep.
But what stays the same? Actually, I think the faces are different sizes too. I did hear something about that, but I don't have all the data.
Yeah,
You see the different paints.
This one.
Like that's deeper, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
quite a bit deeper if you look at that.
Yeah.
I'll try to get a close up so you can
But
see that.
that is.
But that's what it's
couple of
about.
degree
So
loft,
so also like different shaped heads slightly
Yeah.
to get different. I don't want to say aerodynamics because aerodynamics is what it's all about. To get different center of gravity locations.
Yep.
To be able to get different shapes.
Yep.
But
they
I'm pretty impressed.
mate, look, I am too. This is the first time I've actually seen them.
Yes.
Right. First time I've obviously swung one. They are very good. Beautiful. They are very good.
It's not the best strike. But look, it's
every
hit
one
on
of
the
them
face.
have been quite easy to get in the air.
Well, that's what I found.
They pretty well wherever you've aimed at, they've gone to.
Well, these are 9 degrees. Usually I don't get 9 degrees in the air very easily.
No.
And I know that was open face, but that's...
I think they've done a very good job.
Mate, I totally agree.
I like the way, like I said, I thought the M6 sat very well behind the ball.
Trying to top another one.
And I like the way these sit. I seem to be able to just go bang, plonk it behind the ball and go buffo.
I don't know what it is, but
Buffo a word?
Buffo's a word. I reckon that should be the word of the year.
I reckon it should be too.
Buffo, that's one word.
Buffo or rip in.
That's 2 words.
Oh, depends how
Rip,
you write it.
rip hyphen in.
Yeah, I did argue that Team RICHO could be one word.
Well, it can't be.
Well,
Look, I think they've done a good job. I think the colours are good. Head covers,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
show you that.
do you know what I like
I
with
haven't
the
got
colours?
a close up, but the
No.
colours are fine.
But do you know what I like? There's a little bit of colour there, but it's not yucky.
Yucky.
It's not an over the top colour. You know, remember
Yeah,
I
I know
went
what
through
you're
some
saying.
stages with some drivers
The
where,
golds and the
where you look at it
yellowy.
and go, oh, geez, Louise, that's a bit rough on the eyes.
Yeah.
As where these are subtle, like I said, there's a couple of little bits of...
Well, there's barely any blue that you see on the top.
No.
There's literally the 2 tiny little bits that you'll see in the close-ups there,
on the
and then
bottom.
nothing.
No,
And
Do you know
then,
what?
then the blue on the face and the blue on the bottom. But
I like this colour, chalk colour.
but see, you don't like white.
No, I find white, and the more white that's on there,
Yeah.
the worse I hate it. I don't know, it distracts my eyes or something. I don't
That's
know what
because
it
you're
is.
dancing so much, you'll be looking at it everywhere.
Well, I don't know, but I like that colour. Like, to me, it's more like a light sort of grey colour. Chalk, whatever you
Chalk.
call it.
But
it's
I
like-
think colour-wise, like the lighter carbon is really impressive.
Sort of, not quite.
No, you won't be able to see it. Like you might be on the shoes. No, you're not going to be able to see the difference in the colour. Well, actually, that's probably grey. Actually, so if you have a look at those 2 colours, you
Yeah.
could probably notice a difference between. Maybe not, but either way, I'll try to get close up. But that's grey. That's chalk.
Yep.
So look, it's an impressive colour. Like I think overall,
I think like I said, they line up very well. There's nothing that much distracting on the top. Like I said, that's what I found. Some clubs have had a lot of stuff going on, and I sit there and I get a bit distracted by the whole thing. These line up very well. Heaps of forgiveness.
it's sort of funny. Like here, give us. I'll try to hit this. I expected when I hit this thing to hit it left, like hard left.
Yep.
And I didn't. Like you'll see the shot tracer stuff. I really didn't hit it too far left at all, if any. You know.
No, because that's what we were saying. Some of the draw models, to me, it's a draw model that just wants to go straight.
Yeah, I mean it looks like
Like-
a little loft,
but-
other than that, like
Oh, mate,
I know it's
that's
me.
gone about 2 metres.
But that's what I mean. Like
Right.
it doesn't seem to want to move. I don't know.
No.
I feel like.
But there
there's
have been some
okay, straight.
draw models in the past where we've got them,
Yes.
and you get them on the golf course, and they're going foof,
Yes.
foof, and you end up then having to adjust them so much the other way,
Yes.
and then you struggle with the whole thing. But to me, I didn't even realise it was really a draw model. I just thought it was just.
Well, that's the first one you hit, and it would just
Yep.
bang, 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 and literally you could see Richardson hit
Yep.
like it, like
To me, it just wants to just hold that line. Like I said, that's the impressive thing that I've found with the last few models of the Taylormades.
Yes.
Is that to me, they don't want to deviate too much either way. They want to really hold their line.
yeah.
And do you know what? For someone of
Well, any
My-
standard really, but I know what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
maybe older Taylormades, especially SLDR. SLDR was a pig. Like when you hit it, it was amazing. High
Yep.
launch, extremely low spin, but when you got it wrong, it was off the planet.
and you're in big trouble.
Whereas the newer
know?
stuff, the last 2 or 3 years, it's getting better and better. And that's what companies have got to do these days, is
Yep.
make the sweet spots a little bit bigger.
If I can
miss hits a
hold my
little
line
straighter.
and hit a fairway, even at my length, I'm still in an all right spot.
Yeah.
But if I snap hook it, big fade, with my length being a bit further back,
Yeah.
now I'm in real big trouble.
You're in big, big trouble.
Because I punch it out and I've still got a 3-wood in.
Exactly.
So, you know, any club that's going to try and hold its line and get you, like I said, it's
Completely different shapes. aren't they?
no one's going to suddenly get, you know, 100 metres more or whatever else. or
Hang
50
on, I
metres.
fitted somebody a couple of months ago, then I gained 100 metres. That's my claim to fame.
100 metres.
100 metres.
Jeez, that must have been like, what are they using, a wooden club?
Swing at 110 mile an hour using a 5-year-old golf club, slicing the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Changed a bit of technique, da 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 da,
Let's straighten it, yeah.
and then hit the new one.
Yeah.
100 metres. But anyway, it was 25 metres over his old one.
Oh, look, I have no doubt. Look, I'm hitting the ball straight now than I ever have, so I'm sure I'm hitting
Correct.
it longer.
Yeah, and that's generally what
Yeah,
it is.
it's so. If it went 220 metres on that path, now it's going
Guys,
220 metres.
technique's always going to play a massive role, but you need to get fit.
Yeah.
There's plenty of shaft options in these, some
Yep.
upcharge and some not. Like I said, that is the Venter shaft in the normal max. The D,
So is this a standard shaft with it?
Yes,
Or this-
stock
What
standard.
about this one?
so that's stock standard in the D, so it's
All right.
really
Cool.
lightweight,
So if I get one of those, I can get that shaft.
100%.
Yep.
But you could also get the helium shaft in the normal.
That's the one we did last year,
Sim.
wasn't it?
So the helium shaft that's made by UST, that was in the Wilson D7 that we quite liked.
Was it? Which was the shaft that hit last year in the?
M6.
Yeah.
That was the Elements,
Elements.
Element Chrome that we had down in Melbourne. Pretty impressive, but made by UST as well. But
Yep.
look, the Venter shaft is stock, which means upcharge of maybe on Australian end, maybe 250 or thereabouts, maybe 300 maybe. You might be able to get the pro version of that, which is cheap because I can't get it for that price if I wanted to buy the shaft alone. So there you go. So Taylormade are doing a good job.
Mate, very nice. Like
Correct.
I said, I always come in sort of fairly open-minded with a lot of these, but
We have
I'm
to.
more than happy to say, like I said, last year I struggled with the first few hits.
Yes.
But I'm telling you now, I have
Can't
not-
miss.
And I hit 2 at the start there, and they
Yep.
both motored along. Look, it's a great club. If
Twist face and everything, guys. That's one thing we haven't really mentioned. Aerodynamic sole design. I want to know what that is. But anyway, look. At the end of the day, M6 was brilliant, M5 was brilliant. They just made it more aerodynamic, so hopefully a little tiny bit quicker into the ball. Maybe that's part of the reason it's squaring the face up more. I don't know. It's not really, but pretty impressive.
Look,
Feels good.
A lot of the stuff is giving people what they always wanted.
Correct.
And that's to try and, like you said, there's nothing better than good technique, obviously.
Correct.
But, gee, there's a lot of stuff out there now that's certainly helping. And if you've got a driver that's quite a few years old,
Have a look at this.
I like it. I like the look of it, like the feel of it. I'm impressed that they've put that effort into feel. Like,
Yes.
I mean, we have talked to young Tomo,
Tomo.
right, when we were down there last year,
Mhm.
and he's in charge of woods.
Yes.
Yes, woods. So, you know, we talked about some stuff and the forgiveness in obviously 3 woods and stuff, and it's certainly one of the things they looked at is because they realised that there are that group of people that want the feel and want the sound and without these horrible sounding clubs. And
because they can make a club that's brilliant, and then it sounds like garbage. So then they have to go, well, then we need to put something in it to change the sound, but then that offsets
pretty
something else.
well said that that's what they did.
It's hard to do.
Yeah, they built. I think it was when we were talking about the. I think it was the M5.
I think it was
the M5 3-wood.
Yeah, the titanium one.
Yeah, and we were saying the same thing. Yep, bang, it motored, went fantastic. Yeah, that
Sounded like a can.
terrible. So they've had to sort of adjust around.
Yeah.
Look, clearly a lot of very smart people that are involved in all these things.
It's above my pay grade by far.
You know what? I wouldn't get too tied up in it. I'd go out, hit them if you enjoy them. You know what? Get one and rip in.
It's that simple. Guys,
Like-
go check out the Taylormade sim range. The drivers, fairway woods, hybrids, irons.
Yep.
There's new balls as well. Which
New balls?
Yeah, it's not the TP5s. I think it's picks. Like they've got the. It's like the Truvis. They've got the little dots and stuff. Although they got the pictures and stuff
Believe
on.
they hadn't bought the AR version.
The
Al Richo.
the real RICHO version.
Hey?
Maybe that's what we should get AR goggles, AR glasses. Like, Anyway, you know, me and you, no, it'd be terrible. Be terrible. Guys, thanks for checking out the video. Again, we get a little bit silly. They made a great design here. Colour's great.
No,
Look,
very good.
it's Taylormade always make great stuff, and this is no different. So, go check it out.
Beautiful. I might just keep this one.
Or this one. I'll swap you. I'll take that one.
Beautiful. Thanks.
Cool, guys. We'll see you next time.
Definitely have a hit on one.
Definitely have a hit.
Fantastic.
All right, guys. See you next time.
Beautiful. And don't forget, smash that like button.
You're
That's what you say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Hey? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See you.